Good morning, welcome everybody to Get Fit with Tessa. Yes, we're still here and it's Thursday morning. Been a bit gloomy, hasn't it? But that means the temperature's down in my conservatory, which isn't a bad thing. How are we all today? Feeling good? Feeling a bit, yeah. Hello Kathy, good morning. So it's Thursday, it's a little bit gloomy, but that doesn't matter. Hello Peter McCann, because we are going to be doing our Pilates for all this morning. It's going to be mat based. We're going to start kneeling, but you can do that first bit standing. So if you don't want to kneel because maybe your knees don't like it, then you can do the first section standing, and I'll remember to bring you back down to the floor with the rest of us. If you've got any injuries or any aches and pains that are just not going away, then look after them. Don't barrel into them and think, oh, they'll be fine. Hi Anne-Marie. If something's uncomfortable, morning Carolyn, then just give it a rest. If you know kneeling is not good for you, start standing. When we're on our backs, if we do something maybe you think, oh no, I don't like to do that, do something different. It's absolutely fine. You're always allowed to just lie there for a minute and wait for the next move. That's fine. You can do that in class as well when we're back. No news on that, so if I do get anything, I have been in touch with the community centre, but they're saying that it has to come from central Bedfordshire when we're allowed to open the halls up. Anyway, we won't worry about that, we're going to crack on. Good morning Alison, good morning everybody. So, starting on our knees this morning, and as I said, you could stand if you want to, so I'm going to shuffle myself back. Hopefully I haven't lost my head. Oh, you have a bit, hang on. Need to tilt the screen up just a little. I'm going to the hairdressers next week. I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be even shorter. Can you see my head? Yeah, just about. Okay. Shoulders back and relax. Suck those tummy muscles in. So I'm sitting nice and tall, kneeling nice and tall, sorry. My feet are flat. If that hurts you, by all means tuck your toes under. Might have to go a tiny bit further back. There we go. So shoulders are back and down. Engage those tummy muscles. So it's really easy when you're kneeling. Good morning, Rachel and Zara and Janet. It's very easy to kind of arch your back. I don't want you to do that. I want you to pull your hips under, push them forwards, so you've got that nice straight section through your thighs. Knees are hip width apart. Take a breath in. And then little side bend. And as I said, you are welcome to do this bit standing. So if you want to stand up, that is absolutely fine. Side to side. Hold it here for me. Pull in those tummy muscles. Just let that arm dangle. And the other way. Over we go. Ooh. And I'm very stiff through here this morning, so this is perfect. Quick again. So side to side. Arms are dangling. Tummy muscles working hard. 2 more. 1 more, and then we're going to hold it again. Down we go, hold it there. If you want to add a little bit more, bring your hand up behind your head, lift your elbow. Good, back we come. Always take a lot of care, especially first thing in the morning. If this is your first activity today, get my teeth in, then you would just take it a bit more gently. Up you come. Rotations, hands in front. Little twist. Back to the middle. Little twist. And if you find kneeling up too much, you could just come down here, guys. So if you wanted to, you could just sit back on your heels. You might end up with dead feet eventually. But this is the harder posture. 2 more. 1 more. Okay, so we're going to go over to the side. Arm overhead now. Other way. Into the middle. Arms come up. Little twist. Little twist. Let's do that again. Overhead. And the other way. Little twist. Little twist. Well done. Arms out. Sweep forward. Tuck your chin. And if you're standing, you can still do this with me. If you're sitting back on your heels, you can still do this. Now this song is Sunshine. But I think it's going to come back. I think this weekend we're due some nicer weather, aren't we? 1 more. Oh, I've got a lovely crunch on my shoulder there. Well then, sit yourselves down. A little shake out. We're going to go straight onto our tummies today, unusually. Let me move my mat around just slightly. So, onto your tummies. All the way down. Oh. say having a snooze to begin with. No, we're not snoozing. So lengthen your legs. So what I want is I don't want your bum in the air. So hello, whoever's sitting over there. Push those hips down. Head's resting on your hand. I'm going to keep my head up because otherwise my microphone goes away. So all I'm going to ask you to do to begin with is work on those tummy muscles. So take a big breath in. As you exhale, pull your belly up. At the same time, you can draw up your pelvic floor. Everything's feeling really, really strong. And this is a first level for plank. Release. Let's go again. Breath in. On the exhale, tummy pulls up off the floor. Pelvic floor draws up. Hold. And release. Okay, so I'm assuming you all found that absolutely fine. So we're going to make it a bit harder. Onto the elbows, lift your hips off the floor. So we're into a plank position. We're not going to do it for long, so don't stress. We'll be fine. Breath in. Lift your pelvic floor, lift your belly button, hold it there. Breathe. Breathe in. Exhale. Lovely. Down we go. All the way down again. We're going to pop those in from time to time. If you don't like planks, don't do them. It's fine. Okay, so next move. We're just going to bring a foot in, take it down. Foot comes in, take it down. So can you see I've got my foot flat? So I'm not bringing it up with the toe pointed. I've got my foot flat. And as that leg comes in, I'm really trying to push my heel back towards my backside. Yes? Excellent. Okay, up onto those elbows again and plank, hold. Now, if your elbows are really uncomfortable, you could do it on extended arms, or if you don't like it at all, you stay on that bottom level, just lifting the belly. It's still good. It's still good. Down we go. Good work. Back to those legs again. Are you ready? So it's leg in and down. Now, if you're thinking, well, I'd like to make this a bit harder, anybody thinking that? Anybody? No. What you could do is bring it back and float it. Do you see how my leg is now not touching the floor? I forgot my flat heel then. And again, so heel. So my legs are just slightly elevated. Now, I've got my head off the floor, mainly for my microphone, but you could do that as well if you wanted to add a bit more work into those back muscles and tummy muscles. Good. Just two more. Hard work, isn't it? One more. Well done. Up into the plank for the last time, promise. Into that plank. Tummy's in. Try not to hunch. So drop your shoulders back. Breathe. Good work, everyone. Keep it there for a few more seconds. That'll do. Push yourselves back. We're going to have a little cat stretch. Got some fluff on my mat there. Okay. So cat stretch. We're going to go up. And then down. Now I'm not going all the way down to the cow pose, but you can if you want to. So that's when you go down to there. If you want to, you can. Up, up. One more. Up, up. Good work. Okay, from this position, we're going to hold it for a little while. Then tap a hand to the side and the other hand to the side. Now this is one of those classic balancing poses. So I want you to make sure you're helping yourself. Pull your tummy muscles in. Try to keep the weight evenly balanced on each knee. Good. Now we're going to do the same thing with the leg. So it's a slight lift. So it's lift, other way. Now this is that beautiful one called cocking dog. Well, I don't think it's really meant to be called that, but I call it that. So you could get your leg right up there, but you might not want to. It's tough on the hips. So if your hips are a little bit cranky this morning, keep it low. Back to the hands again. Here we go. So tap and back. Tap. Option, arm out to the side. Now we're going to go legs. Cocking dog. Classy move. And again, two more. Now we're going to just do two hands. So one at a time, of course. One. Don't do two at the same time. Now the legs. Here we go. Good. Let's do that one more time. Out to the side. I know wrists are probably aching. We'll give them a rest, don't worry. And legs. One more. Good. Sit back. Give those hands a little shake out. It can make your wrists uncomfortable. For most of us, it's just because they're working hard. And hand strength is something, if you're not doing physical work with your hands, they get weak like any other muscle group. So give them a little shake out. Well done. Okay, so we did the plank. We're now going to do a little bit of down dog. Not everybody's thing. So if you don't want to do down dog, stay on the floor and do that leg up thing. Do you remember bringing the leg up, the heel up? Everybody else. Back onto those hands and knees. Hands are a bit wider at the front. Tuck your toes under and bring yourself up into a down dog. And I want you to stay here for a few seconds. See if you can push your chest back towards your thighs. Push it back and drop your heels. Tummy's engaging. Oh. Breathe. Down you come. And then we're going to do the tap out to the side with the hand, other hand, and then the leg. Yes. And we're going to go back to down dog. I'm going to open my hands a little bit wider. Up you go, into down dog. So if you don't like down dog, you can stay doing the hand taps, leg taps, or you can lie on your tummy and do the heel to bum move. Push those heels down. Oh, this is such a good stretch for the body. Back down we come again. My glasses are coming up. Okay, let's tap to the side. Here we go. Tap, back. Cocking dog. I want us to do it again. So hands, tummy's in. Cocking dog. Ready for down dog. It's our last one. Here we go. Down dog. Toes under. Up you go. Tummy muscles pulled in. Anyone who wants to work hard, you can lift a leg off the floor if you choose to. I'm going to keep mine down. Push those heels back a bit more. Chest coming back towards thighs. Breathe. Good work. Down you come onto those knees. A little bit of child's pose. Head on the floor. Arms down beside you. Oh, that was quite an energetic start, wasn't it? Everyone's awake now, I'm assuming. Raring to go. So try and relax as you're in your child's pose. It's a very, very good back stretch, but only really if you can let your tensions out of the body. Good work. Bring yourselves up. Ah, everyone's still with me. Onto your sides then, guys. Down onto your side. Now you can have your head up like that if you want to. Bring your legs forward. So you see I've brought them really quite a long way forwards. I'm going to put my head down. I'm going to lift my toe to my inner thigh. Leg up in the air. Bring it all the way down. Have a little rest. And again, leg comes up. Lift it high. Bring it down. Okay, I'm going to bring my head up now. We're going to do a little bit quicker. Are you ready? Here we go. So slide, extend, lower. Off again. Slide, extend, lower. Now you need to pull in your tummy muscles. Try and breathe. Ooh, it's making our legs work. Good. Rest that leg there. Bring it back into a straight line. Feet nice and flat. Tummy muscles pulled in. Lift that top leg just a tiny bit. Hand can come off the floor if you want it to. You can even lift your bottom leg if you want to make it harder. Just hold it here for me. Breathe. Good. Relax down. Legs come back to the front again. This time we're going to change the direction. Nice and slow to begin with. So it comes up long. Tap it in. Slide it down. So it's up, up. Tap it in to the inside of the knee. Okay, are we happy to make that a bit quicker? No. Yes, we are. Here we go. So it's up, tap, slide. I'm pulling in my stomach all the time because I'm slightly leaning backwards, which is fine, but it's better to keep your back safe by engaging those tummy muscles. And again, that's our last one. Well done. Okay, back to that side position again and back to our side balance. So lift one leg, People who are in the mood, lift that bottom leg. Can you take your hand away? Ooh. I could cheat here really well because I've got a sofa here. I could just grab on, but I'm not going to do that. Now remember we talked before about pushing that top leg away so you don't have it sunk in. So if you look at my sort of shirt there, as I push the leg away, see how it moves? Good, hold. How about the arm up in the air for the fancy pants people out there? Tummy's in, pelvic floor lifted. Breathe. And relax. Oh. So, bottom muscles there have got a little bit tight. Bring that leg over, give them a little rub. We will stretch those out, so don't worry, I haven't forgotten. I'm going to roll over onto our other side. I'm going to come up and swizzle round. Round we go. It's a very nice temperature in here today, actually. Perfect for exercising. Okay, so legs forwards. I'm going to have my head up. I'd like my head up. Okay, so slow motion to begin with. So your leg comes in. It goes up. Now you'll notice, I'm sure you're thinking, my, those legs look so balletic. And I'm pointing my toes like a ballet dancer. I have never done ballet, not since I was like 5. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Here we go, tummy's in. So it's slide, up, down. Long legs. So if you did go and watch the ballet, I'm talking classical ballet, and they had like floppy legs, kind of like, oh, like that. You wouldn't watch it for long. So we're looking at lengthening, beautiful long limbs, which we've all got. So that'll do. Straighten those legs, head resting down, either both legs or one. You can always have one foot down. And we're going to hold that balance. Push that top leg away so that your waist draws off the floor, just to make it that little bit more effective, which you all know is code word for uncomfortable. Arm up in the air for those who want to. Okay, down you come. Legs forward again. So we reversed it, didn't we? So nice and slow to begin with. You go up, tap into the inner thigh, slide down. What's the inner knee, isn't it? Up. Depends how flexible you might get inner thigh. Down we go. Ready to speed it up. Tummy's on. Don't worry that you're slightly tilted backwards. That's fine. Here we go. Lift, tap, slide. And again. Breathe. Everybody breathing. Oh, my legs are complaining. One more. Oh, really feeling it there. Back to that side balance again. So again, if you want to lift your bottom leg, you can. Tummy muscles in. We're going to hold this one a bit longer. Pull in your abs. Lift up your pelvic floor. Oh, if I had £1 for every time I said pelvic floor. Be a rich woman. Hold it there. Breathe. A little bit longer. Cool, you can do it. We can do it. And relax. Oh, and bring that leg over. So it gets right into those bottom muscles, doesn't it? Right into there. And we're going to stretch those out now. So roll onto your backs. Oop. And we're going to do the one where we cross our leg over. So cross one leg over, doesn't matter which one. And open that knee out. In fact, what I'd like you to do is get the same hand as me and push. So you're pushing. Now that in itself is a cracking hip stretch. Are the eyes watering? Very, just a little bit of tears. Hold it there. Keep it there. So for me, I'm getting a right old stretch around this area here, which I obviously need. We're going to make it a little bit harder. So now we're going to, of course, we're all going to do this. Take your hands behind the other leg. Now, you might find that that's okay, but as soon as you try and put your head down, you're kind of like that. So either stay up or relax down. If you're in that in-between, you just stay up. Okay, now, some of us like to straighten that leg up in the air because it does look fancy. You can do that if you want to. Take a breath in. My leg's moving. Take a breath in. Bring your arms towards you. I'm talking like a millimetre. Oh. Okay, so now you should be thinking, it's not exercise, it's torture. That's what it is. You should be thinking, this is really, really unpleasant. You're doing it right. If it's painful, as in, ow, then you stop. Okay, so we don't work through sharp pain. Have a little rest. Bring that leg in a bit more. If I wasn't being videoed, I would be frowning, big style just now. Pull it in a bit more. Well done. Release that leg down. Whoa. Okay, that one's done. We're going to do the other side. So foot comes over, and again, open your knee out. So you should be able to see the bottom of your foot. Hand on knee and push. Ooh. And it's not surprising these stretches are difficult. We've got a lot of muscles, tendons, ligaments that are all designed to keep our pelvis and spine connected and strong. And the ones around the hip are also involved in that kind of activity. They get very tight because they're working all the time. Even when you're sitting still, those muscles are pulling in, holding everything together. But we need to stretch them out sometimes, otherwise they get tighter and tighter and tighter. And then when we come to do something, our hips just give us pain because they're not used to that. They're not letting the movement happen that they're designed to do. Okay, come on, those who want to join me. Hand behind the other leg. Oh. Okay, can we go back? Usually, very often, one side is harder than the other. So for me, this side is always more of a challenge. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So let's see if I can bring my leg in a little bit more. Oh, those pigeons have done it again. Oh, thought they were roosting somewhere else. Breath in. Pull that leg in a bit more. How are we feeling, everybody? Not relaxed. That's for sure. Tense. Breath in. Exhale. Can we bring that leg in? Ooh. And if you have got time at home when we finish class, do these stretches for longer. If we do it for probably 20-30 seconds, if you can hold it for longer, it will do you even more good. Release down. Oh. Give a little shake out. How are they feeling? Let's have them into chest. Knees coming in. Well done. Okay, so we're going to go to a nice straightforward move now. Music to your ears. Arms relaxed down. My feet are hip width apart, as are my knees. All I'm going to do is open one leg to side and then bring it back in. Now you'd imagine this is the easiest move on earth. It's not. So as you let your leg go back in, I don't want the other leg to move. So have a little look. So when I release this leg, my other leg should stay put. And it's hard. Have a look. If you want to get your head off the floor, so you can have a proper suss out what's going on, then do. Here we go. Now, what's great about this exercise is it's not only working your abdominal muscles across here, which are like your corset, but it's also working your pelvic floor. So as you draw that leg back in, your pelvic floor is involved in that. You don't even have to worry about it. And again, good. Okay, arms overhead. Make sure you've got space. I haven't got space. Let me just move a little bit. I'm going to wallop my hand and then I'll be upset. I'll have broken knuckles. Okay, so we're going to open one arm out to the side. Yeah, I just got room. And back in. Other arm goes out. Says out, out. In, in. Nice relaxed shoulders. And again, whilst this isn't a strength move or anything, what it's doing is it's working on mobility through our shoulders. It's getting these muscles working as they pull that arm back in again. So, you know, even if a move is simple and feels quite easy, doesn't mean it isn't doing you any good, because it is. Okay, everybody, now brace yourselves. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Out, out. Now, you've got a lot more distance you're covering with your arm than your leg for the majority of us. So what I'd suggest you do is start the arm going, then join the leg in with the movement. And again, so arm starts, leg goes. I bet this is looking wonderful at home. Tummy's pulling in. Do you feel the way the body wants to tilt here? Okay, let's do a couple more. That's when you are using those abdominal muscles. Pull them in. Then release when the hand comes back. Pull them in. And release. Last two. Pull them in. And the last one's coming up. Good, well done. Arms down beside you. We're going to do some bridge work. Breathe in, tilt, release, bring yourself up, and down again. So So quite speedy. We're not doing the long ones yet. That's it. Through the spine. I want you to think about placing every vertebrae on the floor on your return and peeling them up as you go up. Okay, this time a little bit higher, and we're going to hold. Up, hold. Can we go higher? Ooh, hold. Down you come, slow. Good. So we're working the core. You hear about the core all the time. A bit higher in the media. Always on about the core. Down we go. It just means all your torso muscles, really. So your kind of ribs, below your ribs. Up we go. Bit higher. Stomach, back, pelvic floor. Those are your key parts of your core. And we work them all the time. It's not something you have to really specifically target. In Pilates, we're doing core work all the time. Most exercise formats, we're doing a lot of core. Right, we're going to go back to those legs, but this time up in the air. Just do the leg first. So it's out and back in. But core is something that, if your core is strong, the rest of your body tends to function quite well. It's kind of like the building blocks, the foundations, that's the word I was looking for. The foundations for general physical strength and fitness. And I mean day-to-day strength, not like running marathons and things. That does apply. But that core is where everything begins. If your core is weak, then you'll end up getting an injury. It's just a matter of time. Okay, arms in the air, opposite arm, opposite leg, off we go. And then back in. Now I've made it harder. You can of course have your feet flat on the floor. That is fine. 2 more. 1 more to go. How's everybody feeling? Chilled? Stressed? Feet down? Bridge again. Arms are relaxed. Tilt. Up we come. High. And then down. So nice and fluid. You don't have to take your hips high if it's not working for you. And down. A couple more. Going to do through it 1 more time, everybody. Last pelvic tilt to bridge. So the whole sequence once more. So I'm going to have my legs up. And we're going to open. Breathe. Try your best not to let the body flop like that. So keep everything strong. Remember we talked about this leg here, the one that's staying still. Absolutely staying very still. And again. Come on, let's do 4 more of these. We can do them. Exhale. Inhale. Now if this is really upsetting your hips, you could do leg lowering instead. I should have said that earlier. Sorry guys. Leg lowering instead if you want to. Out. 1 more. Out. Good. Feet down. Bridge. We're going to do 4 bridges. Here we go. Tilt, up you come. Hold, down you go. And this is all about the mobility through the spine today. So we're not holding the bridges for ages. But I want you to feel that tilt, lift, getting the back moving, making the back do what it's designed to do. Good, well done. Okay, let's have a stretch. Lengthen those legs out. Arms overhead. Have a lovely big stretch through. Okay, feet come back. And we're going to do our twist stretch. So take your right leg over your left. Arms out wide. Take both legs to the left. So nice and slow. Try not to hurry. Once they're down there and they're both touching the floor, see if you can turn your head and look towards your right hand. Excuse me. Shuffle your shoulders maybe a little bit so they're flatter to the floor. And then I have to ask you to do something which seems completely bonkers. I want you to relax. Take a breath in. And then let go. Your legs might move a bit, that's fine. Relax your body. Imagine that you have got to stay here for a while now, that you've been placed in this position. You can't get out of it. So the best thing to do is relax yourself down. Use your breath. Breathe in. As you exhale, soften. Okay, we're going to come out of this, so do it slowly. First of all, bring your legs together. Back into the middle. How are we doing? Let's go the other way. So other leg goes over. Note how close my legs are crossed. So they're not like that with a gap. They're here really close together. Okay, over they go. Going to the right this time. Oh, my back clumped. That was nice. And again, feet flat. If you've got a leg floating in the air like that, then just let your body go over. Don't worry about the shoulder. And then see if you can flop that arm back later. If you can't, just pop it on your hip. It's fine. How are we doing, everybody? Breathe in. Remember what I said, relaxing? Breathe in again. Exhale. So you're loosening through the body. Can you relax those legs a tiny bit more? Okay, well done. Everything back to centre. Oh. And I'm going to give my knees a nice hug. I'm going to in fact give them a little bounce just so my back gets back to normal. Fabulous. Excuse me, the time flew this morning. We have done our half an hour. So if you've got to shoot off, that is absolutely fine. But if you can stay, I'd recommend you did. We're going to do our relaxation. So who came? Bobby. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, Kaz. Hello, Paula. I think I said hello to everyone else. Right, we're going to have our relaxation now, everybody. So get yourselves nice and comfortable. Lie down or sit in a chair. I'm going to turn my microphone off. I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Quite like this one. Let's have the next one. Okay, so we're going to have our relaxation now. Up to you whether you just lie there and make your lists for the day, or whether you actually give yourself a little bit of a break. It's still a strange old time. Even if you're back at work, even if some of your things are back, it's still weird. And mental health, we need to look after it, and a bit of relaxation goes a long way. So if you're thinking, oh no, I haven't got time, make time. 5 minutes, lie yourselves down, deep breaths. Remember that square breathing, box breathing we did? So you breathe in for count of 4, you hold, you exhale for count of 4, and you hold. So I'm going to be doing that. And just do 4 or 5 breaths like that. I'm going to switch my mic off. Enjoy your relaxation. Well done, everybody. We're going to start to bring ourselves back. So have a little stretch. Oh, give those fingers and toes a wriggle. And then when you're ready, nice and gently, bring your knees up. You might want to give them a hug. If you want to, that's fine. I always like to. Oh, I quite like that one where you rotate. Did quite a lot of hip stuff today. So stuff that will have made your hips work. So don't be surprised if they're a little bit achy. Sort of, what day is it today? So probably Saturday. So 2 days later, normally we get the impact fully of what we've done. And yeah, sometimes you might find your hips are a little bit achy. That's to be expected, we just work them. So sitting back, doesn't matter how you sit, shoulders back and relaxed, lengthen through that crown. Breath in, reach up. Exhale. And again. Fabulous. Good. Well, I hope you enjoyed that this morning, everybody. We did a nice mixture there, didn't we? Like I said, quite heavy on the hips, so I hope that all feels fine. And I will see you again. It's Thursday, so I'll see you next week. Don't forget, if you do like a bit more Pilates, then there is an hour class on a Friday, 6 o'clock it goes on. It is a recorded class. Oh, thanks, Zara. It is a recorded class. So I recorded it on Monday, I think I did. And it's an hour long, but it's going to be there afterwards. So if you can't do it Friday at 5, 6, not 5, Friday at 6, then it's available at another time whenever you want to on the videos. So have a good day, everybody. Those of you who are doing the challenge, how are we getting on? July challenge was to do a class with me every day of the week. You can have one day off. It doesn't have to be with me. It can be with somebody else, or maybe you're going to go for a run instead, or ride your bike, or go for a walk, or do 5 laps around your garden. Whatever it might be, trying to do something physically active every day in July with your one day off. And also I threw down another challenge, no drinking this week. How's that going? I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. It's Pete's off, well, out tonight, so luckily I won't have to drink with him. So it's difficult, isn't it, in the house, depending if you're drinking with someone else. So no alcohol for me this week. And yeah, it's doing okay. See how you get on. So have a lovely day, everybody. Enjoy yourselves. The weather's going to improve. Woohoo! So summer's coming back, I hope. So I will see you all in a sunny week next week. Bye, everybody. See you soon.